In another anticipated episode of the Browser Wars series, I'm going to be talking about the global market share or usage share of each browser and why that's important. So you may have seen over the internet today was a big day for the Browser Wars because Internet Explorer has fallen below 50% global market share for the first time since its release. First time ever it's gone below 50%. And for most people this is great news because, as we know, as of my recording of this video, Internet Explorer is currently the slowest browser that you can get today. Internet Explorer 8, that is the slowest browser you can still download today, and probably the least functional and most annoying as well, in my personal opinion. Other people may have different opinions, but that's mine. So this is big news over the internet today that Internet Explorer has fallen below 50% share. And another big news story is that Google Chrome has tripled its market share in 1 year alone. In September 2009, the global usage share of Google Chrome was 3.7% of all internet users. In September 2010, exactly a year later, already 11.5% of the internet used Chrome over any other browser. And just as a comparison, that's a gain of about 8% there, and Firefox has increased by 0.2% in the last year. So this kind of shows how popular Google Chrome is getting. But it makes a fair point here, saying the fact that Google Chrome could have an unfair advantage because it's Google. It's constantly being promoted on the front page of google.com, Gmail, YouTube, and even in constant campaigning in many places throughout AdSense. And Internet Explorer continues to lose market share, indicating that the next year we'll probably see 3 browsers in pitched battle for number 1. So obviously it's talking here about Google Chrome 7 as well, which I'm going to be talking about in my next video. So let's have a look here at the chart that it's all talking about. September 2009 to September 2010. Here you can see the blue line is Internet Explorer, and you can see that's a steady downhill race. Last year, September 2009, usage was 58.37%, and recently it has just fallen below 50% for the first time ever. It is now standing at 49.87%, so not too far from 50, but still that's a large drop for 1 year. That's almost 10% drop in 1 year. And it appears that they have been switching to these browsers because as we said, Google Chrome usage has tripled in the past year, and you can see by this green line, which is Google Chrome, is very much an uphill race. Last year 3.69%, again this year 11.54%. So pretty much almost all of the people who have stopped using Internet Explorer have probably switched, and it looks as though the majority have switched to Google Chrome because this is the biggest significant increase. Firefox in the middle here it's been growing steadily over the past few years as the main alternative to Internet Explorer before many of the other browsers came along, because Chrome is a newcomer still really. And Firefox in September 2009, 31.34%, and now it's 31.5%. Bit of a dismal increase, but an increase nonetheless. As you can see, it's sort of been up and down throughout the year, but when you look at it, it's a line of best fit would indicate it's pretty much the same. So Firefox hasn't really been losing or gaining many users at all, which is unusual because it's usually constantly on the up. Meanwhile, down here we have Safari, which seemed to lose quite a few users recently, and it's sort of been the same, bit of a straight line. And Opera, which has actually lost users since last year. It's gone from 2.62% share to 2.03% share. So you can really see on this graph how Internet Explorer has recently plummeted and lots more people are going on board Google Chrome. And although Internet Explorer is still much more in the lead, you can see here that basically Google Chrome has really started to take off, and despite the large difference, it is going to continue to rise, and Internet Explorer is probably going to continue to fall. Maybe it will rise a little bit again with the stable release of Internet Explorer 9, we don't know. But still, I think that that's going to continue to come down throughout the next year, and Chrome usage is probably going to improve as new versions come out. And just because 60%, well, just because 50% still use Internet Explorer, only 11% use Chrome. But it's a fairly new browser, so we have to give this a chance. Internet Explorer is still the daddy, but it's falling and it's dying, and whether that's a good thing, that's up to you. Another interesting thing to point out is I'm going to go on here for this. Google Chrome achieved the usage share after 1.5 years of Chrome's release. It managed to storm past the number of users Apple's Safari browser had taken 6 years to achieve since 2004 to build up. You can see here, if I scroll all the way down to the older reports, you can see this is Safari here. Introduced 2004, second quarter, 0.67%. And it sort of went on from there. I can go back to this graph now, which is good. So it gradually increasing, and around about here, 2010 first quarter, 4.55%, and Chrome has already overtaken this at 5.67% in less than a year and a half, and Safari's been doing it for 6 years. So Chrome really is currently stomping all over the competition and is bound to increase rapidly. This is a better graph that shows you the recent browsers, and this spans from 2005 to 2010, so the 5 years there rather than just the 1 year. And you can see Internet Explorer, this black line, is absolutely plummeting. The usage has gone down a considerable amount with the introduction of all these other browsers. Firefox here in red, slowly going down or staying steady at the moment, but you can see that main increase is now over, and Chrome has really taken off. As you can see, it's only started halfway through 2008, but it's really taken off and has already overtaken Safari and Opera actually combined. So what have we learnt from all this? Well, Internet Explorer usage is absolutely plummeting down, Firefox usage has stopped climbing, and Chrome is taking off like no other browser ever has before. As we said, Google Chrome usage has